Have you ever sat in silence and suddenly felt an undeniable sense that someone you loved, someone who has crossed to the other side, was somehow still with you? You're not alone. According to a 2021 Pew Research Center survey, nearly half of Americans say they've experienced moments when a loved one who passed seemed to reach out through a sudden chill in the air, a familiar scent, a gentle touch, or a vivid dream so real it lingered for days. The Bible, too, speaks of a great cloud of witnesses, suggesting that those who have gone before us may still, in ways beyond our understanding, be present, sending comfort, encouragement, and love. But are these moments simply wishful thinking, a mind longing for comfort? Or could they be genuine signs, reminding us that the bonds of love do not end with death? Tonight, we invite you to open your heart and step gently into this space of mystery, science, and faith. Together, we'll listen to real experiences, explore what ancient texts and modern research reveal, and discover how these signs, if we allow them, can bring hope and healing to our deepest grief. Welcome to Life After Death Unveiled, where you are never alone on your journey through love, loss, and the mysteries that connect us all. Loss is an experience that marks us forever. When someone we love passes away, it's as if a part of our world suddenly disappears, leaving behind a silence that echoes through our days and nights. This emptiness can feel overwhelming, a space where laughter once lived, now replaced by memories and longing. For many adults, grief isn't just an emotion. It's a process that touches every part of life. Studies show that unresolved grief can affect not only our mood and outlook, but also our physical health, causing fatigue, sleep disturbances, changes in appetite, and even increased risk of illness. According to Dr. Alan Wolfelt, a leading grief counselor in the United States, grief is not a disorder, a disease, or a sign of weakness. It is an emotional, physical, and spiritual necessity. The yearning to reconnect with those we've lost is deeply human. Reverend Sharon, a pastoral counselor who has guided countless families through loss, explains, "Many people find hope and comfort in recognizing subtle signs from loved ones. These moments, whether real or perceived, help restore a sense of connection and meaning." In American society, seeking signs from those who have passed on is not seen as superstition or wishful thinking, but as a natural part of healing, a way to process grief, hold on to hope, and find peace. Tonight, as we explore these signs together, remember, searching for connection is not about clinging to the past. It's about honoring love, finding healing, and allowing ourselves to move forward with courage and grace. Across generations and cultures, millions have reported subtle, yet powerful signs that a loved one's soul is still near. While science can't always explain these moments, the sheer number of consistent stories suggests something meaningful is happening, something more than mere coincidence. Let's explore the most common signs, each supported by real experiences, expert insights, and evidence gathered from surveys and case studies. 3.1. The feeling of presence. One of the most frequently reported signs is an unshakable feeling that someone is with you, even when you're alone. This can manifest as a sudden chill in the room, the unmistakable scent of a favorite perfume, or the sensation of a gentle touch on your shoulder. Take the story of Mark, a father from Colorado who lost his teenage son in a car accident. In the months that followed, Mark often woke in the night sensing his son's presence, sometimes accompanied by the scent of his son's cologne or the soft creak of footsteps outside his room. It was both comforting and overwhelming, Mark recalls. It felt like he was there, letting me know he was okay. According to Dr. Julie Beischel, director of the Windbridge Research Center, sensory experiences like smells, sounds, or tactile sensations are among the most commonly reported forms of after-death communication. These are deeply meaningful and should not be dismissed as mere imagination. 2. Vivid dreams. Visitation from the other side. Dreams have long been considered a bridge between worlds. For many grieving individuals, the most striking experiences come in the form of vivid, lifelike dreams, sometimes called visitation dreams. Consider the widely shared case of Mary, a nurse from Illinois. Shortly after her mother's passing, Mary dreamt of her mother standing at the foot of her bed, smiling gently and telling her, "I'm safe and at peace. Don't worry about me." The dream was so clear that Mary woke up in tears, feeling both relief and an unexplainable sense of closure. Dr. Patrick McNamara, a neuroscientist specializing in dreams and spiritual experiences, explains, visitation dreams are typically more vivid, emotionally intense, and memorable than ordinary dreams. They often bring comfort and reassurance, and many people describe them as more real than real. Studies published in the Journal of Palliative Medicine found that nearly 60% of grieving adults report having at least one such dream after losing a loved one. 3. Remarkable coincidences. Signs in everyday life. Sometimes, the universe seems to conspire in ways that are too uncanny to ignore. Many people report striking coincidences that coincide with moments of grief or remembrance. A clock stopping at the exact time of a loved one's death, a favorite song playing unexpectedly, or animals behaving in unusual ways. For example, when Lisa's husband passed away, she was startled to see the family clock, passed down for generations, stop ticking at 2:37 a.m., the precise moment her husband died. Weeks later, a cardinal appeared at her window every morning, just as her husband had always whistled to the birds at sunrise. According to the Bereavement Research Group at the University of Connecticut, seemingly random events that carry strong emotional significance are a well-documented part of the grief process. These synchronicities can provide comfort and help people feel watched over. 4. Messages. Through music, numbers, and personal object signs, sometimes arrive through the language of the heart, music, repeating numbers, or cherished objects appearing or moving in mysterious ways. In one case, John, an engineer from Texas, found himself hearing the same song his late sister loved, "Let It Be," everywhere he went. At the grocery store, in a taxi, and even on hold during a business call. Each time it would play when John was struggling the most with grief. "I took it as a reminder from her to keep going," he says. Dr. Eben Alexander, neurosurgeon and author, remarks, "The recurrence of meaningful music or numbers often serves as a symbolic bridge between worlds, offering reassurance and a sense of ongoing connection." Ancient texts echo this idea. The Bible often refers to signs and wonders as ways in which the divine or the departed reach out to the living, subtle, personal, and meant to bring comfort. These signs, whether felt, seen, heard, or experienced, are woven throughout countless personal accounts and scientific surveys. They are not simply tales to soothe the heart, but lived realities for millions. While each experience is unique, together they create a powerful mosaic of hope, suggesting that love may indeed reach across the boundaries of life and death. When grief settles into our lives, it reshapes not only our hearts, but the very fabric of how we perceive the world. Neuroscientists explain that after a profound loss, the human brain enters a heightened state of sensitivity, constantly searching for patterns, familiar sensations, or any sign of the person we've lost. This is a deeply human response, rooted in our need for connection and meaning. Sometimes, this longing can lead us to notice things we might otherwise ignore: a shadow at the edge of vision, a whisper in an empty room, or a face that seems to appear in a passing crowd. These moments are not madness. They are the mind's way of coping, of reaching out toward comfort. Yet, there is a delicate balance. How do we distinguish between a true sign and wishful thinking? Experts like Dr. Christina Hibbert, a clinical psychologist specializing in grief, suggest looking for patterns. True signs often come in ways that are meaningful, personal, and sometimes repeat themselves. If multiple people notice the same event, or if the experience brings a profound sense of peace rather than anxiety, it may be more than imagination. Consider this. If a certain song plays at significant moments repeatedly, or a familiar scent returns at times of deep longing, and especially if others share in the experience, these may be genuine signs. In contrast, fleeting impressions or isolated events that cause confusion or distress might simply be the mind's attempt to heal a wound. Dr. Hibbert also advises gentle self-reflection. Ask yourself, does this sign bring me comfort? Does it feel forced? Or does it arrive naturally? Am I seeking hope? Or am I holding on to pain? By honestly answering these questions, we can honor our experiences without falling into denial or skepticism. In the end, recognizing the difference empowers us to embrace what's real, find healing in the connections that remain, and gently let go of illusions that may hold us back. This discernment is a vital step on the journey toward peace, ensuring that hope and healing, not confusion, lead the way. For centuries, people have turned to sacred texts and ancient wisdom in search of answers about what happens after death and whether souls can reach out to those they left behind. The Bible offers both comfort and mystery on this subject. In the book of Hebrews, it is written, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses," Hebrews 12:1. Many Christian scholars interpret this cloud as the souls of those who have gone before, watching, supporting, and even encouraging the living in unseen ways. Another profound moment comes from the Old Testament, when the prophet Samuel is called back from the dead to deliver a message to King Saul, 1 Samuel 28:15 through 19. Though this story is complex, it acknowledges the deep human longing to connect with loved ones across the veil and the possibility that, on rare occasions, such messages may come through. Beyond the Bible, ancient Jewish mysticism, particularly in the Zohar, speaks of souls returning to complete unfinished work or to bring comfort to those left behind. The Zohar describes how the righteous may visit the living in dreams or subtle signs, offering guidance or reassurance when it is needed most. Greek and Roman writings echo similar themes, from Homer's Odyssey, where departed loved ones visit in dreams, to Plato's dialogues about the soul's journey and the ongoing relationship between the dead and the living. Modern theologians and American faith leaders emphasize that these signs are not meant to bind us to the past or keep us from moving forward. Rather, they serve as gentle reminders that love endures, even after death, and that the bonds we share cannot be broken by time or loss. Ultimately, the message is one of hope and healing. When signs appear, They are not meant to invoke fear or obsession, but to encourage us, reassure us, and inspire us to cherish the love that continues, transforming grief into connection and memory into peace. When a sign appears, whether it's a vivid dream, a familiar scent, or an unexpected moment that feels too meaningful to be chance, it's natural to feel both wonder and uncertainty. The key is to approach these experiences with a gentle, open heart, without fear or superstition. Experts recommend taking a breath, grounding yourself, and asking, how does this sign make me feel? Does it bring peace, comfort, or a gentle reminder of love? If the answer is yes, consider it a gift, an invitation to connect, not to dwell or become dependent, but to find healing and hope. One healthy practice is to write a letter to your loved one. You might express your feelings, share memories, or simply speak from the heart about what's happening in your life. Many find that writing creates space for both grief and gratitude, allowing the healing process to unfold naturally. Meditation or prayer can also help. By taking time to sit quietly, focus on your breath, and open yourself to feelings of love and connection, you create a sanctuary within, one where messages of peace can be received and cherished. Reverend Angela Smith, a grief counselor and pastor, suggests telling stories about those we've lost with friends or family. Sharing memories not only honors their life, but keeps their spirit alive in our hearts. It's through remembrance that healing becomes possible. There are countless stories of comfort found in the smallest signs. After her father's passing, Emily noticed blue butterflies appearing at moments of deep sadness, a gentle reminder of her father's favorite color and a symbol of hope. For others, it might be the soft notes of a cherished song, or the laughter of children echoing memories of happier days. Remember, healing is a journey. When signs come, let them be touchstones for gratitude, for letting go, and for moving forward, carrying the love of those who've gone before us as quiet strength within our souls. In the quiet spaces of grief and remembrance, many have felt the unmistakable presence of those they have loved and lost. These moments, whether sparked by a dream, a song, a subtle sign, or simply a deep sense of knowing, remind us that love does not end with death. For countless Americans, these experiences are real, healing, and deeply meaningful, creating bridges between worlds that words alone cannot capture. As you reflect on your own journey, remember, it is both natural and powerful to seek connection, to find comfort in signs, and to let the presence of those you miss inspire hope and healing in your life. Every story is unique, yet together we form a tapestry of shared humanity, one where love endures beyond time and space. We invite you to share your own story or experience in the comments below. Your voice may be the comfort someone else needs today, and together we can support and lift one another through the mysteries and beauty of life after loss. If this message stirred something within your soul, please like and share it with others who may be searching for the same truth. Leave a comment about what you felt or realized, so our team can understand the true impact of this message. It means a lot to us. And more than that, subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together into even deeper and more meaningful discoveries.